Welcome back, y'all. This is part 3 of our demonstration on using Premiere to assemble a simple animation demo reel. In part 2, we threw together our rough cut. We didn't do any fancy editing or anything. We just threw everything into our timeline sequence, made sure it all fit on the screen, and made sure that it hit at least the 30-second mark. So our rough cut is now done. So the next thing is we're going to create a title card. So once again, if you have used Adobe Premiere in the past, this might be a little bit different than what you are used to. We are going to be using the Essential Graphics system to build our title rather than using the title system, as Adobe has deprecated that. So we're going to bring our playhead back to the beginning of our timeline. Always a good idea. We're going to go to Window and find our Essential Graphics. It's right below Effects. And that's going to open a little panel over here to the side. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Make this a little bit smaller. The nice thing is that you can rearrange these pretty much however you want. So we're going to find an essential graphic that is just called Basic Title. You can go up here, type title, and they're in alphabetical order, Basic Title. You're going to click this, and we're going to drag it onto our sequence in Video Layer 3. Now we have a Your Title Here title. As you can see, it plays over our clip, and that is because it is on Video Layer 3. And just like any other layer-based software, we can layer things on top of each other. Video 3 is going to be on top of Video 2, which is on top of Video 1. I like to put all of my text on Video 3 because usually there's no effects that are going to be any higher than your text. So we'll ignore the fact that it's overlapping our video for right now, and let's talk about how to edit that title. So if we go over to our Essential Graphics panel, there are two tabs, Browse and Edit. We're going to go to Edit, make sure that this is selected, and this is going to give you all of your editing abilities. Right now it looks pretty small. If you select something, so here we have the Your Title Here. If I go here, you can see the Your Title Here. If I want to change the text, just double click to select all of it. I'm going to type demo reel. Now you might be thinking, it's really annoying that that's in the background. I don't want to see that. You can hit this eyeball button here to hide what is on video track 1. Just remember that we need to unhide that before we're done. So by default, the basic title is going to pop in, sit there, pop back up. So we've got Control A to select all the text, we've got demo reel. Now we've got all this fun stuff going on. So let's see what we got. We've got a scale. That's going to scale how big the effect is. We've got a position. You can click this button and this button to put it right smack in the middle. This is going to be our typeface. You want something easy to read, preferably something large and bold. I'm just going to grab Rockwell. It's a good opportunity for me to fix that. And then the size of your font here is going to depend entirely on the font that you picked. So remember to have it all selected. I'm going to say 200 for this part here. Your color is going to be this fill. You do have to have it selected. There it is. And you can also fill with a gradient if that is something that tickles your fancy. Wow. You can pop a stroke around it. Remember, gotta have it selected. This is going to be your stroke size. I don't really need a stroke, I'm not too worried about it. Looks good. Demo reel, there it is. If you click anywhere with the text tool, you'll get another line of text. We want to put our name first and last. You can see I'm using Miss Bergman. And this text should be smaller. Use those fancy design skills that we talked about when we were designing our logo. Go back to my selection tool here. And I do want to, by the way, double clicking this will select all of that. That's why I keep doing that. I do want to put the year. It's very important to put the year with your demo. All right, I select all of it. If I hit this, it's going to put them both in the center, and I don't want that. So I'm going to have to manually kind of center them. All right, so I'm done with that. Now, I'm going to just push that to the side. We'll need it again in a second. I'm going to unhide this layer, and yep, there it is right in front of everything else. So what I want to do is I want to select all of my video 1, and I want to move it until it snaps right to the end of that title card. And my title card should be 4 seconds long. It looks like it's a little longer than 4 seconds. Let's right click, speed duration. The duration should be 400. There we go. So that's going to be 4 seconds. And then it plays into the next thing. To have it nice and smooth transition, we're just going to use Premiere's default transition, which is a crossfade, which is pretty much a classic. You go to the end here, and when you have this cursor up, right click, apply default transitions, and you can do the same thing if you like with the beginning here. Apply default transitions. And that's going to give you a nice crossfade into the next. You can also do that at the beginning here if you want it to fade in, fade out. And there you go, that is your title card. Now the instructions say that you have to export your title card so that I can see it. But because it is not its own sequence, it doesn't show up in our program window. So what we're going to need to do is select the title card, make subsequence, title card. Now it's its own sequence. File, export, media, title card.mp4, export. Alright, so if you look here, we now have two things open in our timeline. We have sequence 1 and we have title card. We can close title card. You don't want to close the whole panel. This is a little bit confusing. The X is the one that's to the left. Close title card because we don't need that anymore. So now we have title card. Cool. For the end card, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go to the end. We're going to find ourselves the basic title. Throw that on video 3. Go up to edit, and for the end card, it should have the following. It should have your name, animation 1, 2023, and any attributions if you decided to add music will go below that. Just gonna grab a random font. No, not that one. Not show card Gothic. What was I using? Rockwell. Excellent. And I'll make it yellow like it was in the title card. And we're going to do the same thing. Apply default transitions. Apply default transitions. And there it is. Right click, speed duration. It's 427. Make it 5. There we go. That's our end card. We're going to do the same thing. Right click, make subsequence, name that end card, open up that subsequence, right click, file, export, media, end card.mp4, hit that export, there it is. So if we go back to our sequence, we've got about 40 seconds all together. If you want to play your sequence faster, you can hit L to double speed, L again to 4 times speed. J will slow it back down. Hit J 3 times to rewind. Spacebar will pause and play. All right. And that is it for assembling the real title card, 30 seconds of animation and an ending card. Now let's go ahead and export it so that we can do some conversions in the last part of our project. File, export, media, file name, last name, first name, demo reel.mp4. It's not going in your project files, it's going in your video exports. Match source, adaptive high bit rate is fine. You want H.264? That's all we need for that. Then we can just hit export. If there had been audio or anything in this, you probably would have wanted to export it through Adobe Media Encoder. We don't have to do that yet. It's going to encode that sequence. Your video is exported successfully. So if I go to my video exports folder, it should be right there. Last name, first name, demo.reel.mp4. And there it is, in all its full HD glory. In the next video, which is going to be our last video, we're going to be using Adobe Media Encoder to convert this MP4 into different types of output files. Alright, I will see you next time.